Does she not know that I am the shade assassin? Fire her ass up, and I don't even need a fire to do it.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Shade Assassin channel, honey. Before we get started, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel where we over here get messy, tell truths, and be very transparent. Now let's get started. As most of y'all have been seeing, it's been the RHOA week, honey, from the reboot of the cast to Courtney and her stupid comments and Kandi's explanation behind it and so on and so forth. But we're going to start off a little light with the RHOA reboot. Now, apparently, B-Sky had dropped the exclusive that RHOA are in the prosperity of getting a reboot and the whole new cast. Apparently, they fired the whole cast and so on and so forth. You can check out more information about that over at B-Sky. But this is my commentary as far as with that. Now, allegedly, the whole cast of RHOA has been fired. Apparently, Bravo is in the process of starting a whole new cast, a fresh start with fresh new girls. And apparently, everybody from the previous faces that have been on the show is not on it no more. And to be honest with you guys, I don't know if I fully believe this, only because from what the information that's being put out there, I don't even know if I fully believe this, because you got to think about it. RHOA, regardless if you don't like some of the girls, or if you like them, or if you're a super fan, or so on and so forth, can't no new set of girls can live up to the height of the golden years of the original cast of RHOA. Because let's just be real. If they're going to do a whole new reboot, the new cast that they deciding on getting has to not only live it up, but also have to bypass the standard of what RHOA really stand for. Because let's just be honest, most of the new girls that's coming onto these platforms, whether it's the Love and Hip Hops or the Love and Marriage Huntsville's or whatever show that you particularly watch, it'd be arguments, but it just seems like a lot of the arguments don't be arguments. It almost kind of like, it'll start off as like fun shade, then it will go below the belt, then for some reason it will go dark, which to me is just like, okay, I guess we just entering a new era of reality television. Like, at least with RHOA, it'd be some dark moments on there, but I guess it's a thin line between like going too far and, chilling out when the time is right. But all I'm saying is, I don't really know how much of it is true, me personally, but if they do decide to do a reboot, I just feel like they need to at least like look at some of the friends of that was friends of these people, like who was a friend of Portia, who was a friend of Kenya, and so and Kandi, if you can, and so on and so forth. And by them being the OGs, they can coach their friends of how to be. Because me personally, if they're gonna do a whole new RHOA, this is just my personal opinion, but I feel like Akila, Kenya's friend, the girl that was on this season, I feel like she should get a piece, because I feel like out of every friend of, she probably got really the most going on. And I think they should bring back Shamari too, because Shamari was a vibe when she was on season 11, I believe it was. She was a vibe. Like, she was a good time. I feel like they should bring her back. I feel like Akila should be on there. It's like a couple options in my personal opinion. And I think they should bring back Eva, me personally, because Eva, even though like she wasn't really like, she an OG, but she's not, she still can be like somewhat of a veteran to the show. You know what I'm saying? I think she'll probably be the only veteran as far as the new faces and so on and so forth. But that's just my personal opinion. Like, I've already got my 3. I think Shamari should be a part of it. I feel like Akila should be a part of it. And I feel like they should bring back Eva as far as being the head honcho, the leader of the new school Atlanta Housewives. That's just me personally. But let me know your thoughts about that situation in the comment section. But like I said before, I don't personally believe that it's going to be a reboot. But if they just going to do a reboot, they need to scope out their girls thoroughly, because no matter what you say, can't nobody live up to the height of how the Housewives was. So they got to bring it. They got to bring it. Otherwise, if they not bringing it, then I don't know what to say. Maybe they need to close that chapter to Atlanta. I don't know. I'm just saying. Because I guess they're trying to do the same thing they did in New York. But let's just be honest. The New York franchise, it was cool, but it didn't do nothing for me. Like, I don't really watch the New York Housewives like that, so I don't really know. I know like some of the stars on there, like the Ramonas, the Luanns, like people like that. But even by me knowing it, it still doesn't do it for me. Like, I don't know. It's just like they got their own way of doing stuff. But Atlanta, it just like they just had more sauce. They had more clapbacks. It was just more with Atlanta versus New York. So they kind of had to reboot that anyway. So I think as far as with that, they was going to do that anyway. And for what I understand, the New York one is actually good. So I'm gonna probably binge watch that this weekend to give you my commentary as far as with that. But I don't really believe this rumor, but like I said, whatever you feel, if they do need a reboot, comment below who you believe that should be on that reboot from the past, or do you think they need a reboot, period? Because me personally, I feel like they need a reboot of the production, not the cast. Well, probably mine is a couple cast members, you know what I'm saying, like the Marhos, and get rid of Courtney, because I just flat out don't like her, but we're gonna get on her in a second. I just say bring the original cast back, me personally. Like, bring just the whole original cast back, and have like some supporting people in the process. But that's just me personally. Now, moving on, let's get on this rag doll here, Courtney. And apparently she went on Kandi Speak on it, and she had a lot to say in regards to Drew and her marriage. Just take a listen to this.
Okay, girl.
Lord have mercy.
Child.
You the cousin, girl.
Child.
You are the cousin.
You know what? I'm claiming the cousin, because we're actually cousin-in-laws, but he and I have created a very genuine relationship, and I am here for it. I am here for it.
Let me say
Kandi,
this.
what's so funny?
I know, I'm laughing. It's like, we are actually cousin-in-law. People didn't understand it, but me being
I
a
did
person.
from the jump.
Well, yeah, you tried to explain it a couple of times, but people still was trying to be like, what?
Because they just didn't want us to be. You
Right.
know what I mean? But
Right.
we're black folks, and when you meet somebody that grew up spending the same night in the house that you grew up spending the night in, you're cousins. So
Yeah.
say what you want. If you don't understand it,
Right.
you just don't have a traditional black,
To be honest,
family dynamic.
Right. To be honest with you, I got a huge family, so
Me too.
I get it. I get it. Like, it's like the cousins or the other cousin. When they bring that cousin to too many of the family events, they are a full blood cousin, not a cousin-in-law.
Right.
So I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But everybody don't understand that dynamic.
Right.
The only part that I didn't get about it was that it seemed like Ralph was so quick to defend you against his wife. And that's what I was saying. Like, I mean, I get the cousin-in-law thing, but it's like y'all just met, really, even though y'all have family that goes way back.
Yeah.
It's like his wife of, I guess they've been married, they got married the same year.
8 years. 8 years.
It's 9.
Oh, 9. Okay.
I think they got the same year that Todd and I.
Okay, yeah.
I think they knew each other 13 or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but
Like, I would have been feeling away if
No,
Todd had did that.
rightfully so, but I think that, and I totally agree with you in most relationships, but I think that we all know that their relationship wasn't that traditional. And when I met Ralph,
What do you mean by not traditional?
I mean, just that they were having some issues. And when I met Ralph pretty early on, once we realized that like my first cousins are his cousin, is actually his best friend is my first cousin and all that, you know, he's like, I'm gonna just be honest, like Drew lies really bad. So I want y'all to build a genuine friendship, but just be careful. Because my cousins was like, she's a ride or die. Like, if she rock with you, you gonna love her. You know what I mean? So he was just pretty honest with me. Like, give her a fair shot, but please know, like, she's done it to me for the last 8 years.
But even though he knew we were filming together and you could use that information against him?
I didn't. I never did.
Not at the beginning.
No.
At the end.
I mean, until I had permission to. Like,
It's like when people break up, like you have your friends you're gonna take, and Todd's gonna have his friends that he takes. Like you
said it was all fair once they started breaking up.
Well, no, it's Ralph is my people at this point. Yes, if she didn't meet Drew at that party. She didn't meet Drew first.
and I never said anything that Ralph wasn't okay with, right? Like, and there's a lot of things I haven't said that I'm not going to say because I know it's important for their discovery and their divorce. So I only said things that I knew I could say. All along, I genuinely was believing Drew and trying to build a real friendship with her when he's like, watch her. You know what I mean? And I'm still like, even with you all, I was believing Drew. You know what I mean? And then I realized, holy shit, like, because typically I could tell when somebody's full of shit, right? But Drew had me fooled, girl.
I think she's a great actress. She's an amazing actress.
Is that what we gonna call it, or just a compulsive liar?
Ooh. Ooh.
Now, this is giving side chick energy. I don't care what nobody say, because the way that she's defending this relationship, this cousin relationship that she had with Ralph, is very, very questionable. Because, in my opinion, as a husband, let me start off with Ralph first. As a husband, for you to sit up here to get around somebody that you claim is a family member or whatever y'all relationship is, and you dog out Drew, my thing is, though, y'all are on national TV doing this. It's already regular dudes around the world doing this to their women on a daily basis, let alone on the national TV. The fact that you are doing this to your wife, it's really just like, bro, like, you just don't give it at this point. Because it's never that serious, bro. And then Courtney, you lame as hell for that one. For you to sit up here to even, like, try to hold Drew just because she kissed the girl. Okay, maybe she just don't want that out there. Now, Drew, I'm not gonna lie. You should have just stand on you kissing the girl or whatever the situation. You should have stand on it. Like, me personally, I don't like people that just backtrack on things. That's just me, whatever. But at the same time, if she don't want that out there, why bring it up? And this is one of the situations where I just feel like Kenya said, some people that are fans shouldn't be a part of the show. And Courtney doing any and everything she could to secure her spot on RHOA. And me personally, producers, do not bring Courtney back. Because, like I said, it's giving side chick energy. Now, I will say this. Wouldn't that be something if next season, if this broad come back, wouldn't that be something if it came out that Ralph and Courtney really had dealings for real? I wouldn't be surprised if Ralph had went to Tampa to meet up with Courtney. I'm just saying. It wouldn't surprise me. It's giving side chick energy, especially the way she going about it, trying to dog Drew and everything. But that's not really, to me, like the real crazy part. This part right here, what I'm about to play next, is seriously disgusting. What Courtney has said about Drew's son. Take a listen to this.
Pictures of them on my phone, but I wasn't gonna say that on camera. Y'all should have left me in there with vodka that morning. Now we see why she was pushing so hard for that adoption. Cause she was like, adopt this child so I can go be in my gay lover relationship and you pay the bills.
Look at here, Pinocchio. That's your name for me, Pinocchio. You don't deserve to get called by your real name, because you know what? I understand that Bravo is a platform for people to not only like get their stardom, but also promote their business or whatever they got going on and to showcase themselves to the world. But when you giving off energy low down and dirty like some people we know, I can't be a fan of you, just straight up. Because you know what, Courtney? The fact that you even brought that up, the adoption of Drew's oldest son, and you know how sensitive and how demeaning and how evil you sound by saying that, you know, I see why Drew pushing for that adoption and so on and so forth. That is really low. You know what I'm saying? Forget Ralph and Drew. The fact that you brought somebody's kids into it is really disgusting. And you know what, Courtney? You are a disgusting human being. I don't like you. And this don't have nothing to do with my likeness for Kenya or nothing like that. Because it's people that don't like Kenya that I personally like. So this don't have nothing to do with it. But what I will say is this, Courtney, you are a disgusting, vile human being. I see why you and Marho are friends because of the simple fact that y'all like to hit below the belt. And this is exactly what I be talking about with these fans. Y'all want to sit up here and try to criticize people like Kenya and all the things that she did. But the difference between her and the rest of these girls is that if Kenya was wrong and she knows she was wrong, at least she would be woman enough to admit it, apologize, say she want to move forward, and so on and so forth. A lot of times when y'all be seeing Kenya in these little uncomfortable positions with these women, it's a lot of times because the women don't have a strong enough storyline, let alone they can't hold their own without Kenya being the bad guy so they can be the good guy. Because I don't care what y'all say. I don't see what y'all see in Portia. I don't see what y'all see in Courtney. And I damn sure don't understand what y'all see in Marho. That's just me personally. But you know, whatever. Everybody got their face, whatever. So all I'm saying is, before y'all sit up here and get to saying, oh, well, Courtney did the same thing that Kenya did when she first started. First of all, Kenya never brought up people's kids like that. Kenya like me. If you come for me, I would end you. It just so happened that Kenya is the best at it. So fair is fair. You're not about to sit up and say nothing crazy to me and think I'm not going to respond back. But that's another story another time. Courtney, you are a disgusting human being for saying that, bringing that up. And I hope Drew heard that, and I hope Drew drag you straight up. I hope Drew drag you straight up. And when she do, don't be crying wolf, straight up. They already talking about they doing a reboot for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And if they bring people like Drew back and Courtney back, I pray that Drew drag you with her words and not the words. You know what I'm talking about. And I don't even promote violence. But that right there, when you bringing up somebody's kids, I don't like that, straight up. I don't like that. And that right there just solidify everything, how the world feels about you, Courtney. And you are disgusting for bringing that up. It's never that serious to be on the show. If you ain't got it, you just ain't got it, girl. You trying to be that girl, but you really not that girl, straight up. If nobody else gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you, you really not that girl, straight up. And ain't no amount of apologies, no amount of PR, no amount of anything can save you from what you just said and did. And like I said, it wouldn't surprise me if Courtney and Ralph was really had a little something going on because it's giving side chick energy. I'm just saying. But all I know is that, in all, if they do this reboot, do not bring Courtney back, straight up. Do not bring Marho back. You feel me? I'd rather see Portia than Marho, to be honest with you. But since they doing a new girls reboot, who knows what they might do. But Courtney, you are disgusting. And the fact that you bringing up somebody's kids to try to prove a point and show your loyalty to somebody that's gaslighting her, obviously is beyond me. And I'm not a fan of that, straight up. But enough about your disgusting. So let's get on Kandi. Now, Kandi, most of all, had, suffered a lot of backlash behind Courtney Cuckoo. I'm sorry, I was not going to say her name, Pinocchio, when she did all that. And this is what Kandi said. And me personally, I see what Kandi was saying, but I feel like her delivery to me was not good. Listen to this.
Last night.
Who was just speaking on it last night?
I had Courtney
right?
on the speak on it.
Now, I saw that.
There was a lot of people mad about that.
I saw it on my YouTube when I was going through the thing. I said, okay, there go Kandi switching up again.
You said switching up again. Why would you say that? Because
you've given Marlo chance after chance here on Housewives.
Okay.
Now, back in my speak on it days.
Yes, that's been recent, but okay, what's up?
You didn't, you wasn't really a fan of Courtney's.
Oh no, it wasn't about being a fan of hers. It was about giving everybody an opportunity to be on speak on it, and she
came to speak on it. Okay,
because we've had people on speak on it or invited people on speak on it that I ain't necessarily get along with before.
Very true.
And if I don't necessarily want to
at
be
least
the outlet, you interview them, or she was warm enough to come
because we have had some decline.
Exactly. So everybody's talking about forgiving Kandi. It wasn't about being forgiving. It's about speak on it is a talk show. It's a talk show, people.
Oh,
and it is not about me pushing biased opinions. Because I know some people, it's like 1 minute, if you only let your friends on the show or you only speak up biased. Then everybody like, she only be on there trying to speak up for her friends or only let her friends talk. But as soon as I let somebody else that I wasn't necessarily a friend of on, she doing her friends dirty. How she gonna let... And I thought that was the craziest thing. I was like, okay, either you want to let everybody on the show have an opinion, everybody say something, or you don't. Like, why would you sit here and say, Kandi always being biased and da-da-da-da?
I know one
but
thing.
As soon as I let somebody on there that is not necessarily on my team, as they say, right?
Right.
Then everybody was mad about that. So it's just kind of like, you got to understand that Speak On It is a talk show. And we invite everybody on the show. Now, all of them do not necessarily accept the invitation.
No, they don't.
But she accepted. Huh?
Who hasn't accepted?
Sheree did not accept. We did invite, this year, I don't know if we talked to Marlo again this year because she stood us up twice last year.
Yes, she did stand us up twice.
She had told us she was coming and then she didn't show up.
Yeah.
Twice.
I said don't extend that invite no more. I don't know if you did anyway though.
We didn't really speak, so I don't know. Jamie is really the one who reaches out to everybody, so I don't really know.
I think that we should do a speak on it and really have Marlo sit down and charade.
Well, you can be the one that gives.
So that was Kandi response to the backlash. And me personally, I think that Kandi, at the end of the day, regardless of how I personally feel, Kandi is a businesswoman. Kandi look at things in the bigger picture route, and she don't go off of feelings. And I get it, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, get your money. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? We gonna address it. We're gonna, like, you know what I'm saying, be real about the situation. You're gonna tell your side so people don't think I'm being biased towards the situation and so on and so forth. So I get it. At the end of the day, it's all about perception and presentation. And once everything is all said and done, at least we got both sides of the story. But anyway, though, tell me what you all think. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.